Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to another mathematics class this morning. I'm sure you have been having fun and enjoying yourself in this wonderful learning platform of ours, and I'm sure you have learned a lot. Today in mathematics class, we'll be talking about speed, distance, and time. Speed, distance, and time. I am Mrs. Olayinka, Modupe Olayinka, and you can still remember, if you remember vividly, in our last class, we talked about time measures. Can you still remember? We talked about time measure. How we can measure time, how we can add time, how we can set the time, how we can subtract time. You remember I told you to subtract in hours, in minutes, and in seconds. And we also added in hours, in minutes, and in seconds. Don't forget we also added days. Good. I remember I also taught you the rhyme. Days of the week. Time measures. That's 60 seconds make 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 hour. 24 hours make 1 day. 7 days make 1 what? Week. 4 weeks makes what? 1 month. Good. So today we'll be moving ahead. I want to believe you're learning very fast. Now, like I said, this morning we're talking about speed, distance, and time. This is a very simple topic. I want you to calm down. Like I always encourage you in maths class, that you should not be afraid. The topics are very, very simple. You just need to calm down, get your writing materials, your notepad, and settle down, because in math class, I want you to always do what I am doing. Calculate along with me so that you can get every step of the explanation. So that at the end of the class, by the time I ask my questions in evaluation, you should be able to answer those questions I'll be asking. So I want you to note this objective. At the end of this class, you should be able to define speed, and then you should be able to use the formula of speed to solve questions on speed. And then you should be able to define distance and use the formula for distance to solve and answer questions on distance. And then time. You should be able to define time and use the formula for time to solve questions and answer it. So if you see a picture here, it talks about distance, speed, and time. D stands for distance, S stands for speed, and T stands for time. Distance, speed, and time. Now, let's start with speed. I've given you a very beautiful clip art here that will make you remember the formula very, very fast. And then you remember the formula, you will know how to calculate. So one thing you must note in this class is that don't forget the formulas, the 3 formulas. If you're looking for speed, don't forget the formula. If you're looking for time, don't forget the formula. If you're looking for distance as well, don't forget the formula. If you don't forget the formula, then it will be easy for you to solve the question. And then you should be able to deduce what the question is asking you to find. Because at times the question might not be direct as to say find speed or find time. So it's left for you to be able to find out, what am I expected to do? Am I supposed to find speed? Am I supposed to find time? So when you're going through the questions, you calm down and read with understanding so that you can solve the question correctly. So like I said before, the topic is very simple. Just follow me and follow the steps I'll be taking, and I want to assure you that you get every bit of what I will be explaining. Now let's go to speed. Speed is the rate at which something or anything moves or travels. I hope you got that. Let me say it again. I said speed is the rate at which anything moves or travels. The rate. So in some cases, in some questions, you may say it as find the rate. You may not say speed there. You just say find the rate. So the moment you see the question that's saying find the rates at which, then you know the question is actually asking you to look for speed. Now, speed is the rate at which something moves or travels. Now we have a car, and the car is moving at very high rate or high speed. You know, the rate at which that car is moving, that is the speed. Good. Now it is measured in the distance is traveled per unit of time. The distance it covers per unit of time. That is how it is measured. Just like I said, this is the formula. Speed equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. You can try to write it in full, just like I wrote it here. You can try to write it in short form. And then this is the clear parts here. Please don't forget this formula. Speed equal to what? Distance over time. Speed equal to what? Distance over time. Speed is equal to what? Distance over time. Good. Speed is equal to what? Distance over time. That over is divided by time. Distance divided by time. Now, let's see a question here. We want to look at an example that has been worked already. You say a train traveled 56 kilometers in 22 hours. In 2 hours. A train traveled 56 kilometers in 2 hours. Don't forget, km stands for what? Kilometers. Don't forget. So you always, when you come to speed, you always see your questions in meters and kilometers. You always see your questions in meters and kilometers. Now, sorry for the way I'm writing. I hope you know what I'm trying to write there. It says kilometer now. When you say km stands for what? Good. So now you say km stroke hr. That's kilometer per hour. Now, we have the questions here. It says, a train traveled 56 kilometers in 2 hours. At what average speed was it traveling? So now, this question is straightforward. You can see it's asking at what average speed. Now, you have realized that your formula for finding speed is what? You can see that I brought it down here again for you to see. So you always remember. I don't want you to forget. I've brought it down here. I told that speed is what? Distance divided by time. Is what? Distance divided by time. So the first thing you have to note is that what is the distance? This is traveled 56 kilometers. That is the distance. Then what is the time taken for that journey? 2 hours. So you have gotten your distance and you have gotten your time. Now we are looking for what? Speed. So how do we get our speed? We have our distance, we have our time. Now what is our speed? What is our speed? So we have a solution here. Since speed equal to distance divided by time, so you have your distance here, 56 over 2. 56 divided by 2. Okay, so let's work it out. 2 here 1. 2 in 5, we have what? 2. 2 in 5 will give us 2, and it remains 1. Because 2 in 5 is 2 remainder 1. I'm sure you know what I got down my 1 remaining. 2 in 2. 2 in 5 is 2 remainder 1. So the remaining 1 added to the 6. So 2 in 6 will give us 8. So the answer is what? 28 kilometers per hour. Don't forget, always write your unit. 28 kilometers per hour. Is it simple? Did you get what I just did? Very, very simple. Just don't forget your formula. Just don't what? Forget your formula. As long as you don't forget your formula, you will be able to solve it. Now let's go to the next one, which is distance. Distance is the measure of space between two places. Measure of space between two spaces. You can see between this person A and this person who is B, we have a distance of 2 meters, or you can call it 6 feet. Between A and B, we have 2 meters, the distance of 2 meters or 6 feet. Thank God for the social distancing that we are observing now because of the pandemic, COVID-19, that is very rampant. We have been told to keep our distance 2 meters or 6 feet. That's distance. Now, like I said, distance is the measure of space between two places. Let's see how we can work it out. To find the distance of an object, know that an object travels in a given time known as speed. And then you multiply by the time taken. So how do you find distance? This is formula. Like I said, don't forget the formulas. Speed equals time. Speed times time. That's distance. Speed times time will give us distance. So let's go and see what the question will look like. It said a car covers a certain distance at an average speed of 10 kilometers per hour in 4 hours. Find the distance. They have given you time. They have given you speed. Now, they are looking for distance. So what do I say is the formula? Distance is equal to speed times time. They're giving us speed. Speed is what? 10. What is speed? 10. What is the hour taking? 4. This is the hour, 4. Now what do? You times it. Distance equal to speed times time. Speed times time. 10 times 4 will give us what? 40. And that's how we have our 40 meter. Don't forget, distance is measured in meter, kilometers. So we have the workings here. Distance equal to speed times time. Now we are giving us speed of meaning 10. They are giving us time 4. Times the two of them together, you give us 40 kilometers. The unit of distance is in kilometer or meter. I hope that is very clear. Is that very, very clear? Very good. So let's quickly go to the time, which is the third one. Time can be said to be the rate at which a moving object covers a certain distance at a particular speed. A moving object can be helicopter, can be aeroplane, can be a jet, can be a speedboat, can be a bicycle, can be a tricycle. The distance, the rate at which the object covers a certain distance, that's the time. You may say, it took her 2 hours. No, it took her 30 minutes. Oh no, actually it took her 1 hour. So that's the time the person has been able to do that thing. It may be an exercise that you're okay. Let me try and let me sit down and watch you and time you and see how long it will take you. What is the time it will take you to copy this note on the board? How long? And let me see time it will take you to move from here to the gate. Okay, so that's time. Now, what is the formula for finding time? You say time, you divide distance and speed. The formula for time is distance divided by speed. You can see it here. Distance divided by speed. So we have a question here. A car has an average speed of 6 kilometers per hour. How long would it take to cover a distance of 72 kilometers? Okay. A car has an average speed of 6 kilometers per hour. How long would it take to cover a distance of 72 kilometers? Now, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? This how long tells us about what? Time. So like I told you, sometimes you may not see the direct word that will show to you that this is what you are asked to find. But when you see some terminologies, you see some words, they will help you to know what you're actually looking for. Now in this case, you're looking for time. How long will it take to cover a distance of 72 kilometers? So let's now go to the working. Don't forget the formula is time equals to distance over speed. Time equal to distance over speed. Before I even go to the next slide, who can tell me the distance? How many kilometers is the distance? Have you seen the answer there? How many kilometers is the distance? That is it, 72 kilometers. And then what is the speed? What is the speed? It is there very clearly. So what do? You say what? Good. 72 divided by 6. That will be the working. Now let's go to the formula. Now I've showed you that time equals to distance over speed. You can note it's very, very boldly written here. Time equal to distance over speed. Now they've given us distance, which is 72. They're giving us speed, which is 6. So you divide it. 6 here 1, 6 here 1, remaining 1, 6 and 12, 2. Your answer is what? 12 hours. Don't forget, the time is measured in hours, seconds, and minutes. Your time is measured in hours, seconds, and minutes. In conclusion, these are the formulas again. I've brought them back to you so that you remember. Time, formula for measuring time is what? Distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed. Now, formula for measuring speed is what? Is what? Distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. Now, what is the formula for measuring distance? Speed times time. Speed times time. Don't forget these formulas. They are going to be very, very helpful in this topic when you are solving your question. Now, I want to see how far you've learned or what you have been able to get. Now, let's go. A man covers 180 kilometers in 6 hours. How fast was he walking? So the first thing you must determine is what? You can tell me what is the first thing that will come to your mind. The first question is, what am I supposed to look for? Is it speed? Is it distance? Is it time? So in that first question, a man covers 100 kilometers in 6 hours. How fast was he walking? So something date tells you what you're looking for. Who can tell me? Is it distance? No. Is it time? No. Is what? How fast? Tells us about what? Speed. So you're looking for speed. So get your barrels and your papers and quickly solve that for me. I want to see it. Find speed in that question. Find speed. I want to see how many of you went along with me. Quickly. I want to see how you can find your speed, find your speed, find your speed, find your speed, find your speed. Are you ready? Have you gotten the answer? So how do you get it? What's the formula? Have you gotten the answer? Find your speed. Okay. I'll leave you to that. Then what is the unit for measuring time? What is the unit for measuring time? What is the unit for measuring distance? What is the unit for measuring speed? Okay. I will start working on that too. What is the unit for measuring time? We have gotten the answer. Good. Now what is the unit for measuring distance? Anybody has gotten the answer? Good. What is the unit for measuring speed? Good. Then let's go to the last question. So what is the formula for measuring speed, distance, and time? That was done. And I kept telling you, don't forget it, don't forget it. Now, what is formula for measuring speed? What about distance? Good. Now, what about time? That's very good of you. I can see that you've come a long way with me and you are really listening. I really want to say thank you for listening to this class. I'll be sending your class activity very soon, and I will see from the class activity, I will see how much you've learned from today's class. Please be a good boy and a good girl and keep safe, keep social distance. Bye bye.